I think there's many things now involved. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing. And the other thing is, does the president not have intelligence funds
Himself?
himself?
Yeah, in the billions of pesos.
In the billions of pesos? Is it more or less than the vice president's? Why is he not being investigated?
Alam niyo ba mga kababayan, na-curious ho tayo kung sino ba tong may Malaysia na to. Naririnig-rinig na natin siya. Meron nakapag-send ng video niya na kung saan binabanatan tayo. Hindi naman natin pinasyan kasi hindi na ho natin nga pinapatulan yung mga ganong klaseng banat. Stick lang tayo sa issue. Alam naman ho natin, yung naratibo nila bayad. Well orchestrated. Pagka bumanat yung isang vlogger, talagang alam mo na merong kumukumpas sa kanila. Kaya hindi ho natin sila pinag-aaksayan ng oras. Pero matindi ho dito, nagtaka ho tayo kung bakit majority ho ng ating mga kababayan sa social media galit dito sa ahali na to. Tayo ho ay na-curious, tinignan ho natin yung kanyang mga video. Talaga nga hong walang ginawa itong ahali na to kung hindi magpalaganap ng fake news. Kesyo itong si VP Sara nagpupunta sa ibang bansa dahil nagpaano daw siya. 'Di ba? Meron daw kakalantaring basketball player. Yung mga tipong yung para gusto nilang makatch yung attention ni VP Sara at sagutin sila doon sa mga ipinupukol nilang fake news kay VP. Kaso hindi ho sila nagtagumpay. Dahil diyan, papakinggan ho natin itong si Ma'am Pam Chang, ha? Itong si Ma'am Pam Chang. Lagi ho natin yang nakikita. Palakpakan ho muna natin. Bigyan ho natin siya ng masigabong palakpakan. At dito rin ho sa video na to, syempre, dating Senator Nicky Cositing, pakinggan ho natin ang kanyang mga punto de vista dyan sa nangyayaring impeachment sa Senado. Isa ho sa mga pinapakinggan, no? Especially ng mga Filipino-Chinese community. Isa ho yan sa mga laging guest nila pagka na meron tayong nakikitang pagtitipon. Sa like at sa subscribe, masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Yung join button nandiyan lang ho sa baba. Bago ho tayo magtugo sa ating mga video na yan, gusto ko muna pasadahan na mabilisan. Itong kay Boying Remulla. Diretsuhin na ho natin itong si Boying. Ha? Kung inaakala nitong si Boying na diyan sa pagdidelay niya na yan sa kaso kay Martin Romualdez, kesyo grand case, kesyo talagang matindi itong plunder case na to, di ba? Ganun yung mga banat niya eh. Dito kay Traitor Joel Villanueva, dito kay Quezon, malapit na yung kaso nila. Di ba meron mga ganyang banat yung mama na yan? At kung inaakala niya sa pagdidelay niya, makakalimutan at maiinip at mawawalan na ng interes sa sambayan ng Pilipino dyan sa mga kaso na yun. Iparamdam ho natin dito sa video na to. Comment nyo ho, Boying Remulla, naghihintay kami. Makakala niya wala naghihintay sa kanya. Tayo ho'y naghihintay sa mga grand case na yan. Okay? Nag-press ko nung siya kapon, hindi na ho natin na-content kasi parang naano na ho tayo, nabaduyan na ho tayo. Diyan sa magpa-press con ka, babanatan mo na naman yung mga minority. Papa-press con ka, ang paksa mo lang naman kung paano ipapakulong yung mga kalaban ni Marcos Jr., di ba? Kaumay. Pero ito ang hinihintay, isa bagay. Aayos pa lang ang takbo ng ombudsman na yan pagka nagkaroon tayo ng bagong ombudsman. Kahit tumawid sa majority kaso versus Joel Chis, tuloy Boying. Idol ko talagang gumawa ng capture itong Abante News online. Kakaiba kayo. Matindi kayo dyan sa niya, Abante na yan. Mga utak nyo para kayo si Benny Abante. Next. Susunod. Ito na naman. Meron. Nagpapogi na naman ho siya, nagpapogi. Ano na naman kabalbala na sabi niya? Want to get rich? Don't join government. Remulla, palakpakan natin. Dahil nga adik administration to, kung ano sabihin ng mga namumuno ngayon, yun ang kabaligtaran. Kung gusto mo yumaman, punta ka sa gobyerno, sumali ka sa gobyerno. Kasi sir, pinakahuling chinek ko, pati yung barangay Tanod, ngayon mayaman na. Pamira, no? From president to barangay Kagawad, talagang nagiging big time ngayong mga kalokohan. Ano kasabihan ng mga kabataan? Gusto mo magka-Mio? O gusto mo magka-NMAX? O magbarangay chairman ka? Mag-SK ka? Yun ang kasabihan, Brad, baka hindi mo alam ha. Kung totoo siya na bago yaang si Senator Rodante Marcoleta, dapat inuna nyo yung mga SK. Ang dami kalokohan ginagawa dyan. Hindi, doon pa lang training ground nila SK. Gusto mo magka-NMAX, mag-SK ka. Yun ang kasabihan. Punta ka sa barangay. O sabihin nyo hindi totoo. Sabihin nyo sinungaling si PH Update. Mga sinungaling kayo. Hindi, alam niya ng mga kababayan natin. Alam niya ng mga kasama natin. Diba? Paano hindi sasali sa gobyerno? Yung mga bata nga, kung meron silang gustong ma-achieve na bagay o kung ano pa man, ang iyong go-to ika nga pamahalaan. Pambihirang yan. Next. Ito si Boying Remulian, dami niya na makabalbalang banat kahapon Ito siguro, baka akala niya pagka pinakulong niya si Dong Gonzales, ituturing na big pisto ng ating mga kababayan. Ito si Dong. Ito. Ano sabi niya? Ombudsman Remulla confirms case against Pampanga Kong Dong. Dong Gonzales, punta ka na ng ombudsman. Okay, makipag-usap ka sa kanya. Ikaw naman kasi. Baka hindi mo na binibisita si Ombudsman Boying Remulla. Dati mong kasamaan sa kongreso yan. Majority floor leader ka. Magkakasama kayo ng mga... Hindi mo ata siya binibisita. Kilala ko kasi itong si Dong Gonzales bilang isa sa mayamang congressman. Ma-influence ang congressman. Isang bagay lang ang hindi nakamtan ni Dong Gonzales sa kanyang lifetime na pagiging congressman. Maging speaker. Anak ng toka kung pala naging speaker to, lalo nagkahindot-hindot ang House of Representatives. Tanggalin ko na ho dito to. Lagay ko lang dito itong malupit na banat na to ni Boying Remulla na kung saan kulang na lang murahin siya ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Pambihira niyan. Anak ng toka, gusto mong yumama, huwag ka sumali sa gobyerno. Bakit mga congressman pumasok na nakatama raw? Sabi ni Tatay Digong, lumabas na naka-Land Cruiser. Palakpakan. Raulo ka. Raulo ka ba ha? Alinoloko mo ba kami? Hindi ganon. Di ba? Hindi ganon. Ang tawag dyan ay napakalaking kabalbalan. Pumasok ng nakatama raw, lumabas na naka-Land Cruiser. Ganon katindi sa House of Representatives. Pumasok ka nakabike. Kagaya dito kay Kimbo. Lalabas ka sa House of Representatives naka-artista van. Ganon katindi ho pagiging government official. Kung gusto mo yumaman, pasok ka sa gobyerno. Period. Dito tayo kay Ma'am Panchang. Chinese to the longest natin ngayon Itong si Ma'am Nikki Cositeng at itong si Ma'am Panchang. Mga malilitang mata. Tignan nyo naman parang tayo. Chinito. Okay.
Kauuwi lang ng babae ito galing trabaho. Anyway. So, ito nga yung pangako ko sa inyo.
Palakpakan muna natin. Siyempre yung mga ika nga merong sariling opinion, merong sariling pag-iisip, walang kumukumpas sa atin. Ang tagal na ng video niya. Kumbaga natisod lang natin sa social media. Kahapon to. Pero ngayon pa lang natin papakita. Kasi nga wala nga kumukumpas. Dito sa mga Talyanista at Ensaymada, meron silang iisang naratibo. Pagka sinabi na may kabit si BP Sara, lahat sila may kabit si BP Sara. Pag sinabi si BP Sara, nagpunta sa ibang bansa dahil nagpaganito, nagpunta sa ibang bansa. Tignan nyo na naman kaluloko itong mga Talyanista at Ensaymada na to. Tapos sila pa matapang. Anak na to, sila na nga binabayaran, sila pa matatapang. Ayun, sabi nung siya kapon, naglalakad lang ako dito, jogging ako, hihintay lang ako naman didilis. Pagkukutusan ko kayo, anak na to, Brad, anong gusto mong patunayan? Matapang ka? Okay, matapang ka na. Pero ito sisigurado ko sa'yo, may mas matapang sa'yo. Okay? Ingat. Hindi maganda yung mga ganyang klaseng kahambugan sa social media, no? Ewan ko ba, ba't merong mga ganitong klaseng tao?
Gagawan ko ng video yung pagkamatay ni Alicia Lipata. Okay, kaya ako ginagawa ang video na to ay hindi para i-content siya.
Yeah.
Okay, gusto ko lang
Ako talaga literal. Ginagawa ko tong video na to para malaman ng sambayan ng Pilipino kung anong klaseng vlogger itong mga vlogger ni Marcos Jr. na to. Content na natin Content na natin. Yung mga kasama niya nga Di ba wala na nga siya talagang ginagatasan pa ni pambira. Mantakin nyo yung tipong hindi man nila i-off yung ads nila. Ganon kakapal ang mukha nila. Tapos kunyari malungkot sila, pambihira. Kung di pa magugurgur ang kasama nyo, wala pa kayong views. Isipin nyo yun. Ganon kayo kasi kami miserable. Mga pinklawan, dilawan, mga talyanista and say, ganyan kayo kami miserable. Kung hindi pa magurgur ang isa sa mga kasama nyo, hindi pa kayo magkaka-abuse. Tayo naman, di naman natin kailangan. Siyempre, suportado tayo ng mga kasama natin dito sa page. Hindi natin kailangan si Mima Alicia para mag-abuse. Diba, kung baga pinapakita natin dito sa sa video na to. Ba't ang daming natutuwa? Anong ginawang kabalbalan na itong ali na to? Diba, paano kasi, para silang mga estudyante at ang kumukumpas sa kanila PCO, o ganito sasabihin natin, naratibo natin, o ganyan. Pati ba naman yung pagkikater? Malay nyo ba, pagka kumukuha ng pagkain yung defense, nakasara yung pantry? Raulo kayo.
Walang basagin ng naratibo na pinapakalat ng mga BBM vloggers and nag-join force na sila with kakamping vlogger. Ano ba yung sinasabi ko? So, namatay si Alicia sa bahay niya kagabi. Binaril siya sa ulo. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, si Alicia ay kilala na palamura sa vice-presidente. At kung ano-ano ang mga pinakalat niyang fake news doon sa isa niyang video kasama ang kaibigan niya. Na kaya si VP Sara daw ay nagpalaglag.
Ayun, yan yun eh. Di ba? Saan ba naman kung di ako nagkakamali, pati si Senator Rodante Marcoleta, inano niyan, binanata niya. Hanapin ko lang yung video na binanata niya si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Walang yung ni Maalisa to. Ay, sumalangit daw. Hindi siya tinatawa natin siya. Natawa lang tayo kasi kala ko buhay pa. Wala na pala, sorry.
VP Sara daw ay tomboy, si VP Sara daw ay may kabit na basketball player, kung ano-ano. Medyo strong din si Alicia sa panlalait kay Tatay Digong na tatay niyo karton, bring him bones, ilagay sa garapon, ganyan. At isa din po ako sa na-trigger sa kanya na rumibat doon sa kanyang mga pinupost before. And simula nung magkaroon ako ng violation dahil pinost ko yung video niya, nadala na ako si Alicia Comments or Alicia Lipata sa totoong buhay ay BBM vlogger. Before siya maging BBM vlogger, kilala po siyang supporter ng mga dilawan. Ni Trillanes, ni Rizal Tiberos.
Tayo naman, nalulungkot lang tayo, no? Yung iba nagbabiral pagka mayroong ganito nangyayari, especially yung mga BBM vlogger. Tayo naman gusto natin mag-trending, hindi sa ganitong paraan. Yung tipong merong kahit pagkakarampot na, napapaganyan. Kahit yun lang, okay na ako doon. Yung merong isa makapanood sa atin, sasabihin na, bakit ka? Di ba? Hindi yung bihira. Magbabayar ka dahil nagurgur ka.
Laila Dili, may picture sila. Hindi ko na maalala. So yun na nga. 21 hours ago, meron pa siyang nakita pa siya sa isang video ng isang content creator din na BBM vlogger. And 20 hours ago, nakapag-upload pa siya sa kanyang Facebook and YouTube channel. Yung post niya kagabi is about Vice President Sara Duterte na nagre-request sa Senate na magdadala sila ng sarili nilang kitchen equipment at caterer. At kinu-question niya na bakit kailangan niya magdala ng caterer sa Senado, hindi ba masarap yung pagkain sa Senado? May balak pa kayong lasunin ng mga tao doon. Yun yung naratibo niya kagabi.
Di ba pinanood natin? Hindi ko na nga tinapos mo ito. Buti ikaw umabot ka pa doon sa punto na yun. Ako hindi ko na sikmura yung mga kalokohang lumalabas sa bunganga ng ali. Di ba? Pati ba naman yun? Pati ba naman yung pagkain ng mga taga-defense? Ang problema kung magdala siya ng pagkain, hindi naman siya magpapabayad sa'yo.
So eto na nga, binaril po siya kagabi sa kanyang bahay, headshot. And then, after pumutok ng balita na nabaril si Alicia sa bahay niya, ang naratibo ng mga BBM vloggers at kakamping vloggers ay ang suspect ay DDS. Troll.
Aray ko.
Gusto ko lang ipaalala sa lahat na walang troll ang DDS.
Wala.
Ang mga DDS po ay organic. May mga mukha kami, may mga pagkakakilanlan kami, at lahat po ng DDS supporter ay totoong tao. Never po nag-hire ng troll farm ang kampo ng mga Duterte kasi hindi na po kailangan. So yun po ang kanilang naratibo sa araw na ito. Ang pumatay kay Alicia ay DDS, troll. Ang mentality ng pumatay kay Alicia ay Duterte mindset. Yun ang pinapakalat nila.
Yun ang naratibo, mantakin nyo kasama na nila, pipigain pa nila yung naratibo. Ito meron ako na akong impormasyon na di umano yung ex nitong si Mima Alicia ay polis. At sinampahan niya ng bawsi. Itong yung kanyang kinakasama dating polis. Okay? Kung ako investigador, Automatic na yan, persons of interest. At na-dismiss yung paano ba? Na-dismiss ba? Na-dismiss yung unang kasong isinampa niya doon sa dati niyang di umanong kinakasama niyang pulis. At nagsampa siya ulit. Pagkatapos nun, ito na. Meron pang isang anggulo. Yung ng 11 siya. Ng 11 siya ng isa sa kasama niya. Pera. Yan naman kadalasan eh. Pera, yan naman ng pera, pagmamahal, yan ang nakakamatay talaga yan. Kaya ako dyan? Distansya tayo dyan.
Gusto ko lamang pong bigyan kayo ng context.
Context
Sa
tayo.
nangyayari, no? Hindi na po kasi kayang ipagtanggol ng mga BBM vlogger ang realidad ng buhay sa Pilipinas. Kahit ano pong full blast media boosting ninyo na bumababa ang krimen sa Pilipinas ayon sa report ng DILG, kabaliktaran po yun. Hindi po bumababa ang krimen sa Pilipinas at hindi rin po bumababa ang paggamit ng droga sa Pilipinas. Gusto ko din po kayong bigyan ng isang background about kay Alicia. Meron po siyang ex-boyfriend na police.
Ayan.
Just recently po, nagkaroon po sila ng alitan ng kanyang ex-boyfriend at nag-file po si Alicia ng VAUSI sa Pasay. Pero na-dismiss po yun. Ang ginawa po niya, nag-file po ulit siya ng another VAUSI case sa Pasig naman po. So, bakit niyo po pagbibintangan na ang pumatay kay Alicia ay DDS?
Yan.
At bakit niyo po
Di ba? Bausi, nagsampa ka ng kaso dun sa ex mong police. Tapos bigla meron ganito. Mamaya, yung angulo naman iba yung ating papakinggan ha. Di umano onsihan ng ang naging dahilan dito sa onsihan o kung ano pa man. Nagbabayan sell daw sila ng motor. Yung asawa, yung kinakasama niya. Anak ng tokwa, ang dami mo side hustle, te. Pambihira ka. Ang lupit mo. Sinisira mo na si Bibi Sara. Pambihira.
connect na naman sa mga Duterte? Hindi ba pwedeng personal? Gaano niyo po ba kakilala si Alicia? Para mag-create kayo ng naratibo na ang may galit sa kanya ay mga DDS. Wala po kaming pakialam sa inyo.
Correct.
Wala po. Kahit nga si Alfred Guzman, kinasuhan si Kuya Madarahog, wala kaming pakialam. At wala din pakialam si Kuya Madarahog na. Diba? Kung trigger na kayo at galit na kayo sa mga DDS, huwag niyo namang pagbintangan na mamamatay tao kami. Tapos meron yung mga nagsasabi,
Tayo dito sa PH Update, talagang winawaksin natin yung karahasan na yan. Especially dun sa mga ordinaryong Pilipino. Yan, pagka nagugurgur, meron magkakaproblema talaga tayo dito sa PH Update. Pero, pagka ang ika nga nagugurgur, yung mga drug runners, mga pushers, nako, yan ika nga magiging payapa ang ating komunidad kung sakaling mawala yung mga mga criminals. Diba? Yung droga ho kasi number one nagpapaspike ng ng krimen. Kasi kung nasa matino kang kaisipan, meron ka pang katiting na konsyensya na dumadaloy sa iyong mga ugat. Anak ng tokwa, hawak mo yung ice pick. Mapapaisip ka ba, itutusok ko ba ito? Kawawa naman siya di ba? Mapapaisip ka dahil nga luto na yung utak sa droga, wala na. Hindi. Wala na nga siyang interview wala na kasi wala naman siyang sasabihin. Ngayon, pinapakalat nila yung naratibo na Sara Duterte. AI yun! Nakataas ng AI yun. Ako nagsasabi sa inyo. Kasi raulo talaga itong mga dilawan-tinglawan na to. Lahat ala Duterte. Duterte galit sa droga. Ay, kung adik yun sa tingin yun, sasali sa Duterte yun. Natural, hindi niya Napag-alaman na nga na pambihira, mga adik kayo.
sabi na buhay pa daw, pakulo lang daw, ganyan-ganyan. Dito ako sa isang taong napipikon Pebbles Talakera, para ipagkalat mo sa social media mo na ang mastermind sa pagkamatay ni Alicia Lipata ay si BP Sara at ang INC. Ang katawanan mo yan kapag ito yung post ni Pebbles Talakera, basahin ninyo. Hindi pa nagkamali si Charlie, all my infos are legit. I am encouraging all BBM bloggers and bloggers na nagtatanggol sa presidente na magpa-blatter. INC at Sara, Pulong Duterte ang ipalagay ninyo sa blatter. Sara and Pulong ang nag-utos. All BBM bloggers will receive warrants of arrest without due process para hulihin ka ng walang warrant of arrest, and some of us after warrant of arrest ay itutumba. Dahil sa umaksyon ng gobyerno sa fake news at nasampulan na ang ibang DDS bloggers like Jason Sa, nagsanib puwersa ang Iglesia ni Cristo at Sara Army, nasampahan tayo ng
Naratibo, di ba? Pati pagkakasulat, copy-paste na copy-paste. My goodness. Ano yan, hindi tatagos yan. Una sa lahat, magpalabas muna kayo. Magpalabas kayo ng ebidensya, text message, magpalabas kayo ng kung ano man, dokumento, ebidensya, hindi laway-laway lang. Pwede ko nga sabihin, baka kasama din niya nagpatumba sa kanya o dahil sa inggit siguro o kung ano pa man, di ba? Baka hindi parehas ang hatian o pwede natin sabihin, pero hindi natin sasabihin. Dahil nga wala tayong ebidensya. Pero dahil yan lagi ang naratibo nila, puro kaloko, manghihira
Kaso at itong ba kayo? Waiting for the names of the vloggers, pero meron ng 3 na nasa list. Hindi ko pa alam yung 3 ay nasampahan na ng kaso. Mag-ingat mga kapatid, huwag kayong matakot sa INC. Ipopost ko dito ang name ng mga vlogger. Diba? Yung uri ng pagko-compose niya ng post, sobrang disturbing. Knowing na sure siya kung sino ang may pakana. So sobrang daming bumabati ko sa mga Duterte at sobrang degrading na talaga ang mga sinasabi against sa mga Duterte. Hindi kayo pag-aaksayahan ng panahon ng mga yan. Si Trillanes nga hanggang ngayon buhay. So huwag kayong mangarap na pinapansin kayo ng mga kampo ng mga Duterte. Wala kayong impact. Ayan, kauuwi lang ng babaeng ito galing trabaho. Anyway.
Ay, matulog ka na ate. Parang puyat na puyat ka pa eh. Ipalakpan natin si Miss Ma'am Panchang. Dito tayo kay Prof. Nikki Cositeng. Former Senator Nikki Cositeng. Game!
Great to have you with us on Beyond the Exchange.
Thank you, Rico, for inviting me, considering that I am not a sitting member anymore.
Yes,
of the
but of
Senate.
course your experiences with an impeachment trial that took place 26 years ago.
Ako, tagal na yun.
We're concentrating on this one, or
No, but I would like to ask you now, Sen. Nikki, what are your first impressions on the first few days of this impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte?
I'd rather look at the bigger picture. I mean, the first few days is, well, the prosecution and the defense will have to, put out their own declarations. And however, the impeachment as an event for our country, I think it's a little sad, primarily because to me, it looks like a diversionary tactic.
Nako po!
It looks like linilihis yung ating attention dun sa mas mahalagang bagay. There's so
Yun.
many things going on, not just in the country, but throughout the world. You have the US, Israel versus Iran war.
Nakakalungkot
You have
na, ma'am.
extreme poverty that
Ma'am,
we see with our
Ma'am, next election, takbo ho kayo para ika nga, sigurado may chance itong si Prof. Sian Nikki, no? Takbo ho kayo.
eyes. Of course, it's not to say that many people have improved their lives because they're working overseas or they put up small businesses from profits from their overseas relatives, But still, by and large, it's a sense of hopelessness and helplessness. It's anger, it's frustration, and it's the inability to do something because they can't or they feel straitjacketed. Okay, so para malihis yung usapan sa mga ganyan, we have now a circus that comes to town.
But Senator Nikki, this impeachment trial only takes up 3 days during the week, and the remaining 2 days
Is
will be taken care.
everybody talking about it, wasting their time talking about it.
I mean, laws, bills that involve the public good, the economy, problems of the country. So,
I'm
don't
not
you think
sure.
that it has
I'm not
that it's
sure.
divided between the impeachment trial and issues that need to be addressed by our lawmakers?
Yeah, but fundamentally, the issue that we are trying to address is the issue of corruption. So we are now in a situation where we are accusing a public official of such,
A sitting vice
a
president.
sitting vice president, and foregoing the rest of, to me, of whom are equally, if not more, guilty. Violating the same rules that she is supposed to have violated. So I find that this is also sad, another reason why, because we're driving a wedge, we're dividing the people. pro-Duterte ka ba o pro-Marcos? If you say one
Correct.
thing inclined to supporting Marcos, oh, you're anti-Duterte. And that's bad as far as they're concerned. If you say one little thing inclined to support the position of the vice president, then, oh, you're anti-Duterte. You're not gonna win the next election.
Drilon, makinig ka dito. Sana naman si Drilon nakikinig sa ganito, no? Si Drilon kasi Sara Duterte guilty forever siya eh. Oh.
You know, parang, bakit ka ganyan? So, why are we dividing the people when, to begin with, the Marcos-Duterte ticket was supposed to unify an already divided citizenry at that time?
So, Sen. Nikki, is this impeachment trial politically motivated? Is it all about bringing down the vice president so she cannot run for the presidency in 2028? Or is it all about accountability, transparency, and fighting corruption?
Well, if that's the case, then we have to file cases against, oh my God, a couple of hundred people. And how long is it going to take? Diba? Kasi if you're fighting corruption, let's go back. Let's go back. Not even the centuries back, the decades back. Let's just go back at what actually triggered this. You have the ghost projects. But remember, that's only ghost projects involving flood control projects, involving the DPWH. You're not even putting into that big basket the Bureau of Customs, the BIR, the Department of Education, Transportation, Health, etc. Go down the line. Even the small LTO, maybe the PNP, maybe the Armed Forces, the Office of the President, you gotta open the whole can of worms, right? So if it is corruption we are against, then the impeachment is such a huge cataclysmic, endeavor, and for one person, right? But there are others, even other persons, just one of them, that maybe involve 100 times more than that one person that
Martin Romualdez, walang yaka, Martin Romualdez. Nakarating na sa sambayan ng Pilipino yung mga kabalbalan mo, walang yaka.
we are focusing this cataclysmic event on.
So is she being used as an example?
Yeah, kasi pag example yan, yung impeachment kasi that's different from just a matter of corruption. If it's corruption, you can charge them tomorrow and get it over and done with in a couple of days or weeks or whatever. It's maliwanag. Sino ba? At magkano ba? So I don't even want to deal with the facts and figures because sometimes they're distorted, sometimes they're, plus and minus here and there. But whatever she is being accused of in terms of money, there must be somebody else that could be accused of by even just 5 pesos more. And it's still more than what she's being accused of, right? But that does not mean impeachment. Kasi yung impeachment, that's a totally different thing altogether.
So you're saying then, Sen. Nikki, that just keep the status quo, no impeachment trial, and let the people decide in 2028 who they want to be the next president.
Kasi I think there's many things now involved. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing. And the other thing is, does the president not have intelligence funds himself?
Yeah, in the billions of pesos.
In the billions of pesos? Is it more or less than the vice president's? Why is he not being investigated?
Palakpakan natin si matagal kasi pagka tayo nagsasabi hindi DDS ka DDS. Ito hindi DDS. Para si Marcos. Pero intelligence and confidential fund.
And it seems like precisely this impeachment case is now a tactic para maalis ang usapan, malihis ang usapan, at wag na natin pag-usapan yung mga trillions. Palagay ko hindi more than just 1 trillion yan eh. Diba? Kung titingnan natin lahat. If we are going to dig deep into it, it's more than just 1 trillion.
But there was already a move in the lower house, Sen. Nikki, to also impeach President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., but it did not move forward. But this one of the vice president is now where it's at.
If the impeachment against the president did not move forward, does it mean that he is cleared of whatever he had done with the intelligence funds, assuming that we're just discussing intelligence funds.
Or maybe even the flood control projects.
Yes, because these are other
Or
things.
the allocation of budgets in the 2024-2025, which they say was the most corrupt
And what
in
is-
Philippine history.
And what are they going to say now about the 2026? You know, I mean, I remember there was a contractor that told me, ma'am, talagang alam namin yan eh. Sabi ko, bakit? Kasi sabi sa amin, ito yung project ilagay sa budget, pero wag nyo na gawin yan. Para next year, meron na namang ulit allocation. Next year, meron na namang ulit allocation. So it's a grand plan. It's a grand design. And let's not talk about just the crime or the violation committed, right? Think of how many people's lives are on the line. Ilang tao sa ospital na walang pera dahil hindi maoperahan, mamamatay, etc. I mean, so many other consequences of all of this, you know, in all the different agencies and departments of government.
So, Nikki, let's try to make some comparisons here between this impeachment trial for sitting vice president and in 26 years ago, a sitting president, which was a historic impeachment trial. Do you see any differences, and how different was it then, and comparing it to today?
Oh, it was different then. I think the personalities that are involved, number one, are completely different. The composition of the Senate then and now were also different. I think the issues at hand are also different. I remember, you know, I mean, 26 years ago, I hardly remember, I do not remember very much, but I remember it was very controversial. It was also quite emotional because the president was enjoying a rather popular, what do you call this, approval rating, you know, that time. Second, the articles of impeachment were very clearly spelled out. I believe there were 4 or 5 articles of impeachment, I can't recall now, you know, that were easily spelled out, the basis of this impeachment trial. So when items came in that were not part of that, the articles of impeachment that were brought forward as the reason for this trial, I remember it was Justice Davide. He came to the Senate and I asked him a question. Are you supposed to include in this particular trial other materials that were not originally in the
Right.
impeachment issues?
And you voted against
Yes.
opening the second envelope.
That was never part of that impeachment. That second envelope was not part of the 4 articles.
So would-
Because that was a, what they call is the word that I received directly from Chief Justice Davide.
so
Then
would you,
I voted for that.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with ERAP is guilty or not guilty. Wala yon. That envelope should be a process, as far as I was concerned then, a process of another process. Don't include that in this. Because dito maliwanag yung dahilan kung bakit nyo ini-impeach si ERAP. Dadagdagan sasabihin nyo, meron dito, may crime dito, may murder, may estafa, hindi pwede ganun. These are the reasons, even if I file a case against you for estafa, and it's 100 million pesos, the minute the trial goes on, I cannot now say, include natin yung murder, yung kidnapping, yung arson. Hindi ko pwede gawin yon, hindi ba?
so Senator Nikki,
yun.
you voted not to open the
Yes.
second envelope.
Yes.
26 years later,
On these
would
grounds.
you still, on these grounds, would you still stand by that vote?
The law, I think, has not changed. Unless it has changed within those 26 years. Because it's just a simple case. Pag ikaw kinasuhan ko, di ba? Pag ikaw kinasuhan ko ng estafa, at nandyan na yung hearing, hindi pwedeng lahat ng kasalanan na maiisip mo, idadagdag ko dyan. Hindi. You file another case for those other crimes that you say I committed. But don't lump it all in this one trial.
Yeah.
That was just
So
my
you would stand
simple-
by your vote?
Yeah, that was my simple vote.
You
I could have been shot, I could have been killed, I could have been sued, I could have been jailed, I could have been, crucified, whatever. But the usapan was, wala yon dun sa 4 na articles of impeachment. That's the whole thing that only resonates in my mind. The other partisan, emotional, erap ka ba o hindi. No. It just so happens that it benefited President Estrada. I'm not saying he's not guilty of all of those. I'm not saying that. The issue is, are you going to include it? Because it was not included in the articles of impeachment. Basically, that was my basic, simple-minded, non-lawyer understanding.
The
Yes.
bottom line, you stood by your principles
Well,
26 years ago.
That was how I felt then. That's how I feel now. You know. So now I'm just saying that considering the other concrete objective conditions that prevail in our country today, to me, the impeachment is not a it's not of primary importance. Basically, that's just how I feel. And it's got nothing to do with whether I'm pro-Sara or pro-Marcos. Huwag na natin pag-usapan yon. Because that opinion, wala na. You know, now they're coming out with all kinds of names. Pink Lawans, Dilawans, all these Lawans and whatever. I said, what's all this? Number one, corruption. What is the president? What has the president done, been? How does he look like? The vice president, the members of the House, the members of the Senate, we're blowing a ton of dynamite on our own institutions. And it's sad because I was a member of that institution. And I feel a deep sense of regret. I was in the anti-Marcos movement way before Marcos Jr. even was involved in any kind of political activity, right? Marcos and I ran under the same ticket. Under Ambassador Danilo Cojuangco when he ran for president. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was in our same ticket because the NPC was really a broad coalition of many different parties, most of whom were pro-Marcos. Most of whom were pro-Marcos. I mean, I was maybe just one of the anti-Marcos persons. But what I felt then against Marcos Sr., what we went through, and up to now, against Marcos Jr., I have been very consistent.
We've been having a very lively conversation even during the break. So, Senator Nikki, this impeachment trial could take several months.
For years.
Or even years, all the way up to maybe before the May 2028 presidential elections.
If it will happen.
If it will happen. If she's not impeached, could this backfire on the Marcos administration? Because it would look like that the Vice President, Sara Duterte, is a political victim.
Well, I think as by now, she's already looked upon as a political victim. From the issues of her, that things has happened to her dad, and
Totoo lang, doon lang tayo sa totoo. Hindi na yung sugar coating o kung ano pa man. Pakinggan lang natin tong siya.
up to now, that's
Nikki.
the way she looks. I mean, of course, now they're trying to focus on she's mataray, matapang, or she's a sangano, or whatever it is. Because remember, each of the sides, there are two sides of this coin. On one side, the administration would like to portray Vice President Duterte as a no good, good for nothing, ugly. I mean, this is just a dirty, bad, disgusting person. I mean, that is the goal. And maybe they are succeeding in their whatever strategies, whatever their procedures are. Maybe this is what they can claim, that they are successfully, we're able to, put her in this light.
And unearth the dirty linen, the
whatever,
skeletons on the so-called
Yeah,
closet.
because you're putting it all, for the
And-
public to see.
And could basically hurt her
Her-
popularity
yes,
ratings
yes.
in the run-up to May 2028.
Well, that's a goal, right? So on the other hand, the defense will now project what documents she has, what the Commission on Audit has found, whatever, etc. And that's their side, right? Now, the public is now given these, matters to not think about what the essentials really are. I mentioned earlier the U.S.-Israel versus Iran war. I think the impact of that, not just on us, but on the world, will be far more long-lasting than the impact of the pandemic. And now we hear that statistics for COVID are up, in Quezon City at least, and in many other places. In Hong Kong, I think the COVID statistics are up. Are we headed for another pandemic or something close to that in the midst of all of this? You know, our oil supply. I mean, of course, it's easy to paint a picture. You know, the oil companies are bad guys, but that's not the point. The point is, it's not just oil. It's not just fuel. You know, what happens to our fertilizer supply or food? Our food security. What happens to it? People are making oodles and oodles of money on food. You know.
Senator Nikki, going back to the impeachment trial, if you were a senator in this, is it the 19th Congress? It's the 19th Congress. Or in this Congress, would you have sided with the Senator Win camp, the majority camp now, or with the minority camp, which is led by Senator Alan Peter Cayetano? On whose camp would you be, given your way of thinking and your support for either the impeachment trial or not for the impeachment trial?
Well, to begin with, I was never in favor of an impeachment trial at this point in our history. So I would think that this is not an exercise in futility, but it's an exercise in misleading. It's an exercise in, I cannot just find right away the vocabulary to express it. But for me, allow the entire term to go through until 2028. It's not to say that Marcos is doing the right thing. No. Mistakes and all, he's the president. Sara Duterte, mistakes and all, she's the vice president. And they were voted for by a majority, that's why they won, right? Okay. Now, there are many things that we do not like. Many laws can be changed, can be amended to address whatever is there. You know, many charges could be filed. Many other, solutions to existing problems could be filed. So that should have been the way. But they would rather weaponize the whole thing. They would rather, the administration, of course, has the upper hand. I don't know what the inside dealings are, what horse trading is all about, but of course the administration will have the upper hand. But for the people, I think, the least of their concern is the impeachment, and I will go by that.
So let this administration and its 6-year term take its course.
Take its course.
And at the moment,
I want food on my table.
yeah, you want food on your table. But at this point, the vice president has already said that she'll be running for president in 2 years' time.
So what?
Yeah.
You
So,
and I
okay.
can do the same thing.
Yeah, that's right, Senator Nikki. So what if, and she's leading basically in all surveys.
But the elections are not tomorrow.
I know. If she were president in 2028, what kind of chief executive do you think will she be? Will she be one who is for the people, or will she be one who will be vindictive and take revenge against this Marcos administration?
Oh, I cannot second guess her. I mean,
But from what you see, and from what you know,
So, itong si Sir, kung sakaling gaganti si Bibi Sara, hindi na ba siya magiging mahusay na presidente? Yun ang problema eh. Pagka naging vindictive itong si Bibi Sara, hindi na niya maaasikaso ang sambayan ng Pilipino. Multitasker ho siya, Sir!
about her.
I think that the next president, regardless of who it's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be Sarah or it's going to be whoever else. It could be you or me. I mean, you know what I mean? It's an open slate as of now. I would like to think that the next president will not be able to carry further load to further bring us down to infinity, you know,
To
down
the
the drain,
abyss.
to the abyss.
To the
yeah,
abyss.
You know, I think
Yung mga
for her or his
Yung mga salita, to the abyss.
own survival, he or she should be able to read exactly what the people need. Maybe she can undo what has been done. Monies that have been removed from the public coffers, there's a way to put it back. I mean, how many members of the House or of the Senate or of the executive department, you know, have been named I mean, just go through the list of Saldico. So many of the people in his
Yeah.
list have actually resigned, you know? So these lists are not fairy tales. These lists have some meat in them and can be a good basis for you to start looking into these lists, right? So there is a way to get money back. The people are not after blood. Our citizens are not after somebody has to be in firing squad or be shot or assassinated. No, that's not our goal.
Hindi yung assassinated, hindi. Firing squad lang. Okay na tayo doon, yung mga nagnakaw para hindi na maulit. Diba, Prof? Sen?
The goal is accountability. And you know, you have 5 Ferraris, send it back.
Yeah.
You have 3 Bentleys, 3 Rolls Royces, send it back. And that money
Dapat plus interest kasi yung pera ginamit nila eh. Diba? Plus interest. Ano yung interest na yun? Yung firing squad.
is very easily accountable. You, how many houses? You have 10 houses in where? 20 houses where? That is very easy to count. If
Nanonood, nakikinig ang ating mga Filipino-Chinese community sa nangyayari dito.
you start doing that, the people are going to have maybe more gratitude, more appreciation than the money that we're spending on an impeachment. Seriously.
Senator Nikki Cosseteng, I feel your passion. I feel your love for the
Ayan.
Filipino people and for our countrymen.
That's the only one I
Why
have.
are you not back in the Senate? Will
Why?
you want to run again in 2028?
O ito mabilisan. Kung sakaling tatakbo itong si Prof. Nicky, susuportahan niyo ho ba mga kababayan? Kasi ako dito 10,000% susuportahan ko yan kahit hindi siya partisan, kahit hindi siya Duterte supporter. Yung tipong dapat meron kang isang meron kang isang tatayaan na 'di ba? Na talagang alam mo hindi siya Ping Lacson, hindi siya Tuta Soto, 'di ba? Dapat meron ganito eh. Representante ng ating Filipino-Chinese community diyan sa Senado.
The people need your service.
You want an honest answer?
Yes. Please.
Or a few honest answers. Okay? 1, to run in the Senate today is not anymore like what I did in my time, 2 times that I won in the Senate. 6 million pesos.
Ganda. Ganda, fresh na fresh. Sen, fresh na fresh ka dito, oh.
For campaign funds. I had a political party, the NPC, under Danding Cojuangco, that helped us go around town and helped us. You go to every single barangay, every sitio, you know, there was no social media, etc. Today, they're talking about 1.5 billion, 2 billion and a half. Somebody runs for Congress, 200, 500 million, kulang pa, just to be a congressman. And you want me to run? I don't have 1.00001 of that. And if if our people need to see 1 billion pesos to put a senator in the Senate, it's not the place for me. I'd rather be in your show. It's free of charge. I can reach as many people and hopefully make people realize that hindi madali ang ating problema. Madali yung solusyon. Kung yung tumitingin ang solusyon ay pipili lang, one side or the other. Yun lang eh. Yung problema nandyan, staring at you in the face. How can you not see it?
Aray ko, palakpakan natin tong si... Ito yung mga video na ika nga binibigyan natin ng malupitang palakpakan. As always, maraming salamat po sa pag-support sa page update. Mag-ingat po kay lahat. Mahal natin Pilipinas. Salamat, Sen Nicky ha. Sen Nicky, ako... Isa ito sa mga gusto kong ma-meet na na individual, isa sa mga inahangaan ko na naging senador. Walang kabahid-bahid politika. Yung black and white lang tayo mo nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Nung lagya kayo. Drilon, hindi. Partisan yan. Aw yan. Maraming salamat to. Mahal natin Pilipinas.